Salt causes high blood pressure, which ultimately puts you at risk of cardiovascular disease. So we're often told better body chemistry begins with a low salt diet. But this is not the whole story. Sodium does cause blood pressure to rise, but Mother Nature is quite capable of handling this rise. A sophisticated regulatory system gets rid of the extra salts and returns blood pressure to normal. The star player in salt regulation is a hormone called aldosterone. In this episode of Better Body Chemistry TV, we learn the basics of salt biology and why most people don't have to worry about salt consumption. Better Body Chemistry TV is brought to you by Dr. Sandy, a scientist turned gremlin buster, helping you battle sugar gremlins, heifer lumps, and other health horribles through better body chemistry. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health. When you eat a salty meal, the sodium is absorbed into the bloodstream, making your blood a little more salty, and this does have consequences. Cast your mind back to high school biology. One of the first concepts they teach you is osmosis. Let me paraphrase the definition. Water moves from a high concentration to a low concentration until the water concentration is balanced. So, if there's a lot of sodium in the blood, the water concentration has dropped. Water will be moving into the blood from the cells to restore the balance. Oh dear, this causes blood pressure to rise. Now, in most people, the problem is really just temporary because the body carefully regulates the amount of salt. The reason? Sodium is a precious commodity. The electricity in your body relies on sodium ions moving in and out of cells. Both your nervous system and your heart depend on bioelectricity to function. Aldosterone is the chemical tasked with regulating the amount of salt kept by the body so that adequate bioelectricity can be generated. When there is a shortage of salt, aldosterone has to work hard at keeping the sodium inside your body. It does this by closing the sodium valves located in the kidney. The extra sodium means that aldosterone can now take a break from controlling those sodium valves, and as it takes a break, the sodium can slip out of the open valves. Because the extra salt has been excreted, the water concentration in the blood is now high. So, osmosis happens, and water moves out of the blood vessels back into the tissues. Well, this causes the volume of blood to decrease, and, well, the pressure in the pipes returns to normal. Now, in some people, this regulatory process is defective. It is these people who suffer from salt-sensitive hypertension. Everyone else is salt-resistant. So, why does it happen? Well, it's not a fat thing. You can be salt-sensitive or salt-resistant at any weight. Genes definitely matter. There's also some evidence to suggest salt exposure or lack thereof during development might also contribute to salt sensitivity. So, how do you know if you are salt sensitive? Well, unfortunately, there's no inexpensive or easy strategy to identify salt sensitive patients. It boils down to trial and error. You change the amount of salt in your diet and see what happens. If you are salt sensitive, you can expect to see a big difference of 15 or more millimeters of mercury. If you are salt resistant, the difference will be negligible. Is it worth knowing? Well, if you've got high blood pressure, definitely. It gives you a heads up that you do need to watch your salt intake. But even if you are salt sensitive, you still need salt. You need sodium. And if you don't consume enough, your body makes a plan. And the plan includes increased insulin resistance, which in and of itself is not a disease, but it isn't a recipe for better body chemistry. Interested in discovering more ways to create better body chemistry so you optimize your health and the health of your family? Visit our website at www.betterbodychemistry.com. Browse our library or enroll in one of our courses or programs. The advice is simple to follow and based on real science, not hype. Know someone who is struggling with high blood pressure? Share this video with them so they can figure out whether the amount of salt they consume is something that needs to be on their radar. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you catch future episodes of Better Body Chemistry TV. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health.